All right, let's jump right into it. We're going to tackle one of the biggest questions out there today. Is AI coming for our jobs? And to really dig in, we're going to focus on the professional analyst, because what's happening in their world, well, it's kind of like a sneak peek into the future for a lot of us. So here it is, the question that's on everybody's mind. You've got these AI systems that can chew through absolute oceans of data in seconds. So where does that leave the human analyst? Are they headed for extinction? It's a huge question, so let's tackle it head on.
So, according to the research, the answer is a surprisingly clear no. But, and this is where it gets really interesting, the reality is so much cooler than just a simple yes or no. It's not about replacement.
See, AI isn't about kicking people out. It's about leveling them up. It's creating a totally new kind of professional, what the source material calls an AI-augmented super agent. How cool is that? This isn't the end of the analyst. Not at all. It's the beginning of a whole new era.
Okay, so why is this massive shift happening right now? To really get why we need these super agents, you first got to understand the problem they showed up to solve. It's a big one. Let's be real, we've hit a wall. We're living in a data deluge. The sheer amount of information, the speed it comes at us from social media, from sensors, from financial markets, it's just completely swamped our ability to make sense of it all. A human analyst on their own, they just can't keep up anymore. It's impossible. And that's where our new hero comes in. You know, this massive challenge, this data deluge, it demands a totally new kind of solution, which means a new kind of analyst. So what in the world is a super agent? Well, think of it like this. It's a hybrid. It's someone who has all that deep, boots-on-the-ground knowledge of their industry, but now they combine it with a total mastery of AI tools. They're not just in the weeds crunching numbers anymore. Oh no, they're playing on a whole different level, a strategic level. This slide just lays it out perfectly, the before and after. In the past, an analyst was basically a data processor. They'd spend days, literally days, just pulling data, stuck asking what happened. But now, AI sets them free. It automates the grunt work, liberating them to become a true strategic partner. Now, they get to ask the way more important questions. So what? What does this all mean? And, okay, now what do we do about it? They go from just reporting on the past to actually driving the future. Now, this all sounds great in theory, but how do you actually do it? How do you or your company actually build one of these super agents? Well, luckily, the research gives us a really clear, practical blueprint. It's the million-dollar question, right? If this super agent is the future, then what's the game plan? What's the roadmap to actually get there? Okay, so the whole blueprint stands on three main pillars. First, you've got to double down on the skills that make us human. Second, you have to master the new toolkit, the one for working with AI. And third, you have to learn how to manage and trust the automated systems. Let's break each of those down. Here's a good way to think about it. The human core is all about those skills AI just can't touch, like your judgment and your ethics. The augmentation toolkit, that's about becoming a super agent by teaming up with AI. And the automation engine is all about being the boss of the machine, governing it so you can trust what it tells you. Each one is absolutely essential. First up, the human core. As AI does more of the easy stuff, it's tempting to just check out, to do what they call cognitive offloading and let the machine think for us. We have to fight that. Our real value now comes from things like advanced critical thinking, being the ethical guardian who watches out for bias, and being a master storyteller who can use data to get people to act. It's all about truly owning the so what and the now what. The second pillar is the toolkit, and a huge part of this is something called prompt engineering. It's basically the art and science of talking to the AI, asking it the right questions to get jaw-droppingly powerful answers. When you master this, you move beyond just reports, and you start doing predictive modeling, getting real strategic foresight. That's when you hit that state of human-AI superagency. And finally, pillar 3, the automation engine. Look, some AI is going to work on its own, inside a kind of black box. The super agent's job isn't to do that work, it's to govern it. You have to understand what the system can and can't do. You have to validate what it spits out to make sure it's accurate. You are the essential human in the loop, the one who champions why it's so important to know where data came from and to demand that the AI can explain its decisions. That's how you build trust. So you see, when you put all three of these pillars together, the picture becomes crystal clear. The future isn't all human or all machine. It's a seamless, powerful, and kind of awesome hybrid of the two. So here's a reality check. Right now, practically every company is throwing money at AI. But how many have actually figured out how to weave it into their workflows to get real results? The research says very few. And that gap, that's the huge opportunity. The companies that figure this out first by building these super agents are going to have a massive advantage. And that really brings us to the bottom line. For years, being competitive meant having better data or faster computers. But that's changing. The future of competitive advantage isn't going to come from just tech. It's going to be derived from the quality of the partnership between human smarts and artificial intelligence. So let's just stop thinking about this as a fight, human versus machine. It's not. The real game is human plus machine. It's about creating this incredible synergy where 1 + 1 = 10. And that leaves all of us with a really big question to chew on. Are we ready to build that future? Thanks for watching.